the most exciting Brazilian duo in the Premier League.
Tonight, we saw the birth of Jogabonito Chelsea.
But this journey didn't start tonight.
A lot of Brazilians came here and made history, so now is the beginning of my journey, and I think we have too much to see in that.
And if you're watching as a fan, it feels special.
So if you're a Chelsea fan or Maresca, you're absolutely delighted with this performance.
Because this is fearless football.
He takes on defenders, gets a hold of the ball, and I'm facing up, I'm getting after somebody, I'm going to dribble somebody, I'm going to take on a defender, I'm going to be a difference maker.
Listen to this. Chelsea may have just stumbled on the new blueprint of how to terrorize the Premier League. Not through one megastar, not through the guy everybody expected, but through two Brazilians who seem to complete each other's chaos. One is already hardened by the grind of English football, scars and all. The other is still a teenager, playing like he's in the schoolyard with no fear in his bones. Against West Ham, those two ripped open a defense that had no idea how to stop them. And suddenly, people are whispering, hold on, did Chelsea just find the most dangerous duo of the season? Because that's what it felt like, man. A new Brazilian blueprint right in front of us. And the crazy part is how it even happened. Cole Palmer doesn't make it through warm-up. Out. Just like that, Chelsea's whole plan looks shaky. Who steps in? João Pedro. And instead of panicking, instead of hiding in a safer role, he takes the entire attacking weight on his shoulders. You saw it. Dropping deeper to orchestrate, driving forward when needed, switching zones like he's been playing in this system for years. He ends with 1 goal and 2 assists, but the influence goes way beyond the scoreboard. 39 touches, but almost all of them decisive. 22 of 26 passes completed, 2 key passes, 2 big chances created. Even the metrics back it. 0.41 expected goals, 0.11 expected assists, no wasted shots. And here's the kicker. He didn't just stay up top. He won 6 of 8 aerial duels, made 2 clearances, even blocked a shot. That's a forward who carried the attack and still did the dirty work. By the end, there was no debate. João Pedro walked off as man of the match. And that award wasn't just ceremonial, it was a statement. Chelsea didn't buy a luxury option, they bought someone ready to lead an attack under pressure. Now contrast that with Estevao's start. Kid tries a dribble in his own half, gets robbed. Lucas Paqueta punishes Chelsea.
Paqueta, urged to have a go! How about that?
Imagine being 18, making that mistake in your very first Premier League start.
Yeah, very happy with this performance. We conceded the first goal because of his mistake, but he needs that to improve it, to understand how difficult is the Premier League.
Most players shrink. They go safe, sideways passes, hoping to disappear into the whistle. Estevao? Nah.
Estevao, anytime he grabs the ball, he's saying, I'm going after this guy. I'm not even thinking about playing backwards. I'm already positioning my body to get after defenders.
He dusts himself off, and within minutes, he's pushing back down that same wing, cutting inside, slipping João Pedro in with a ball that wiped away the earlier error. By the final whistle, he'd played 77 minutes, registered an assist, carried an expected assist value of 0.61, and created 1 big chance. 42 touches, 27 accurate passes at 82%, 1 key pass, and the record. Youngest Chelsea player ever to assist in the Premier League. And the way he did it matters. 3 dribble attempts, 2 successful, 5 ground duels won, 3 tackles made. That's not a kid hiding, that's a kid making mistakes, then answering them with personality. Before we even get into how the connection lit up, let me throw this at you. What's the biggest lesson you think Chelsea should take from this game against West Ham? Drop it in the comments. I want to see if you felt the same patterns I did. And then the chemistry starts to kick in. João Pedro isn't stuck on the last shoulder. He's drifting between the lines, showing up where Palmer usually dictates play. Estevao keeps hugging that touchline, then darting diagonally inside at the exact moment Joao opens the pocket. It looks improvised, but it's really just instincts meshing. One dropping, one exploding. Think about the classic duos, when Rooney pressed high and Ronaldo darted behind, when Ronaldinho paused and Eto'o stabbed through. It has that kind of rhythm, unplanned jazz that somehow makes perfect sense. West Ham couldn't read it. Their fullbacks got stretched, Their center backs got dragged, and Chelsea suddenly had channels everywhere. That's the scary part. The link-up wasn't rehearsed. It was natural. Enzo Maresca deserves a nod here. It's built on rotations, on inverted wingers, on midfielders drifting into unusual lanes. For Joao Pedro, that was freedom to decide whether to be a 9, a 10, or something in between. For Estevao, it's license to risk those stop-motion dribbles, waiting for defenders to commit before burning them. Maresca doesn't cage them with hold the zone or never leave that channel. He gives them patterns, then lets them improvise. Against West Ham, you saw how Joao moved like a second conductor alongside Enzo Fernandez, while Estevao provided the chaos out wide. It wasn't reckless, it was Maresca creating a stage big enough for both to shine. Of course, none of it works without West Ham's collapse.
I mean, we won't repeat what we said last season about Graham Potter and how overrated he is and not good he is, not good enough as a manager in the Premier League.
Man, that backline was dreadful. No fouls committed, no bite, just statues watching Chelsea slice through. Even pundits were comparing the nightmares defending to the worst Premier League meltdowns ever. But here's the thing. Good teams punish bad ones. Great players smell blood. Joao Pedro and Estevao didn't just take what was given, they stretched it, exaggerated it, made it look like West Ham had 6 players missing. And while Joao brought the end product, Estevao brought the courage. What stood out most was his refusal to settle. 1 shot on target, 3 dribble attempts, 5 ground duels won. None of it conservative. He missed a big chance, sure, but that's what you want. A teenager who keeps going at defenders even after failing. Observers called it the mark of someone who doesn't see himself as a debutant, but as a rightful protagonist. And that's exactly how it felt watching him. 18 years old, but already demanding the ball like the stage belonged to him. Numbers only sharpen the picture. Joao Pedro leads with direct involvement in 3 goals, 85% passing accuracy, and 7 duels won on the ground to go with his dominance in the air. Estevao leads with an assist, over 80% passing accuracy, and 3 successful tackles to show his willingness to graft. Put together, the pair combined for 1 goal, 3 assists, and 3 big chances created. Half of Chelsea's attacking output on the day. For 2 players starting together in the league for the first time, that's an impact you can't ignore. And the weight of their personal journeys makes it even more compelling. Joao Pedro's life reads like something out of a novel. Father jailed when he was a baby. Career nearly derailed at Watford. Constant reinvention until Brighton polished them into a Premier League striker. Now at Stamford Bridge, he looks like he's finally found a platform big enough for his story. Estevao, meanwhile, comes with the label Messinho, all that baggage of hype, lawsuits, accusations from Cruzeiro, and still he smashed records at Palmeiras before Chelsea pulled the trigger. One had to fight for respect through setbacks. The other carried expectation like a weight from day one. And yes, side by side, they look like they've been building to this. Fans noticed it instantly. Social media lit up with clips of Joao Pedro's disguised pass, Estevao's daring run. Even former players like Willian chimed in, pointing out how Estevao has the flair to rival Europe's brightest young wingers.
I'm from Brazil, and the connection between the players and the fans is very important. And of course, we're always going to give 100% to let them happy, and today you could. So.
And rivals? Oh, they definitely noticed. Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, they all saw what happened at the London Stadium. Because when a team wins 5-1 away with their supposed talisman missing and the replacements are this good, it changes the scouting reports overnight. It forces respect. It forces new questions. And that's the final point, really. People wondered if Chelsea's spending spree would ever bring clarity to their attack. This summer, they went big again. 60 million for Joao Pedro, more than 60 for Estevao. But here's the twist. For once, the money looks well placed. These aren't just shiny new toys. One brings the scars and experience of surviving the Premier League grind. The other arrives fearless, rewriting records as a teenager. Together, they're not symbols of waste. They're the signs that maybe, finally, Chelsea found an identity worth the price tag.